Hi, today we're going to do the tappets on the Moto Guzzi California Stone 1100cc. I've taken the spark plugs out already. I'll put it into third gear. You need to remove the plug on the flywheel. It's going to have to put another one in because it's gone hard and it was a bugger to get out. And so what we're doing, we're looking for, down in here, cameraman, is a D. I don't know if you can see that, you'll have to get down in there, cameraman. There's a S, that's for sinistra, that stands for left in Italian. We're going to be looking for a D with, I think it's destra, which is right. So I'm going to rotate the wheel in the way it should go, the rear wheel. Now all I'm doing is waiting for a D to come round. Taking the spark plugs out so it's easier to rotate, obviously. You can take the front off and put a socket on the crank from the alternator, I believe. So we're looking for a D, and there it is there. We just need to line that up roughly in the middle with this little nick here. Just take these 8 Allen bolts off, it's 5mm. Tappets are loose. Yeah, there's not a lot in there. They have meant to have been done. So different models got different valve clearances. You need to find out what your valve clearance should be. But I am doing mine at 10 1/8 now. Well, that is really tight. That one's actually good enough, I'd say. And the inlet, far too tight, far too tight. So it's a question of just 11mm, loosen it off a little bit. Look at that, nice and tight. Just pinch it down with a finger, and then I've got these grips. We've got a little bit of condensation on there. I think it's because it's not been started up. It's been started up and just not run hot. Also, it looks like there's a little bit of emulsification going on in the oil in the rocker cover. But my dad's old Peugeot, if he didn't use the right oil, that used to emulsify. Yeah, that's a real tight slidey fit. If you can see, I'm using the spanner but halfway down. I'm not right on the end because it's only 11mm. It's only a small thread. That's really tight. That's it. That's fine. So that was easy. So all I've got to do is clean this off, take the gasket off, clean the surfaces up, and put the new gasket on. And that's it. And all you've got to do the other side is rotate the wheel round so you see an S. As I said, sinistra is left and destra is right. It couldn't be simpler. So I've just put a smear of grease on both sides of the gasket just so it's easier to get off and it doesn't stick. And the added bonus of it sticking to the if he puts it on the right way round, and the added bonus of it sticking to the cylinder head so it doesn't slide about, with a little tiny bit of grease on it. And I'm just going to put a little bit of copperies on each of the screws before I put them back in. And the torque setting should be about 12 Newton meters, and I haven't got a torque wrench that goes that low, so it's going to be
your torque hand.
My torque hand, firm but tight. I'm just going to put a couple of screws in, just a dab of copperies on. Moto Guzzi up. I'll just chop that now like that. Just get a couple of screws in to keep everything in place. How come when you do it and the camera's on you, it's always fiddly when the camera's not on you? And I'm just going to, I will be chucking spark plugs on in, I think it's 0.7, the gap on them. Don't need to see me put a spark plug in, surely. Right, so I've just done them all up reasonable with by hand like this. And I'm just going to nip them up steadily. Just nothing, hardly anything. So I'm just going to pinch them up. I'm not doing them very tight. I mean, if it seeps a little bit of oil, then I'll address the problem. But it says 12 newton meters. I mean, what's that? £8, something like that. So that's all I'm doing. Just as you can see, I'm not using the full length of the ratchet, so I'm not going to get them really tight, even though I've got a quite strong wrist, if you know what I mean. I thought that was funny, cameraman. You're not laughing?
You can be so crude sometimes.
Oh, I know, terrible. So that's that job done. All I'm going to do is whack the spark plugs in. They are BP R6ESs. I've done the other side already. You might have guessed that, the Tappets. I'm just going to put a bit of copper ease on them and whiz them in. The old ones didn't look that old, but I don't know how long they've been in there, so I'm giving it a good service. I've ordered a fuel filter. We've got to do the air filter. I'm going to change a couple of inlet rubbers, but when they come in a couple of weeks, I'll take the tank off and we'll do it all at the same time. This one is really deteriorated. I'll put the new spark plugs in now, as I said I was going to. Just done the Tappets. Now, don't forget, I've done them at what I wanted to do them, because I see online some people say they should be a bit tighter. I don't mind hearing the Tappets rattle. They were a little bit tight, but it's your own personal choice. You can find out what they are yourself. So we're just going to start it up and listen to them. To my mind, that's fine. It's no different to the CX500 actually, and that's water cooled. It is a push-rod engine. Then we're going to get the other side, cameraman. They're not offensive. That's fine. It is a push-rod engine after all. And what I'll do is I'll take it down the road and try it out. Once it gets really hot, I may have to close them up a couple of hours, but for now, I'm going to leave it. Thanks for watching.